used to call me just to say goodnight. Now I stare at screens that never light. The coffee's cold, the book's untouched. I miss your laugh, your gentle touch. I kept it all, your favorite song, but playing it now feels so wrong. I'm fading in your silence, like colors in the rain. You walked away so quiet, but your echo still remains. You said goodbye without a sound. Now I'm lost and never found. I'm fading in your silence, and it's tearing me down. I still hear footsteps in the hall. Pretend it's you, but no one calls. I wear your hoodie, breathe you in, but nothing feels like home again. I left the porch light on last night, as if you'd come and make things right. I'm fading in your silence, like colors in the rain. You walked away so quiet, but your echo still remains. You said goodbye without a sound. Now I'm lost and never found. I'm fading in your silence, and it's tearing me down. If I had screamed, would you have stayed? Or was it always meant to fade? Now I'm just a name you used to know, while I still live in yesterday's glow. I'm fading in your silence, like stars in morning light. You left without a promise, and I can't win this fight. I tried to hold what's left away, but silence has too much to say. I'm faded in your silence, and I don't know how to stay. I'm fading, but you don't look back my way. I'm fading in your silence, but you don't look back my way. I walk past the cafe where we met. The chairs still hold our silhouette. Your laugh, your touch, the way you'd smile. I haven't seen those things in a while. I play it cool like I'm just fine, but every step rewinds the time. Back when you were mine, the world was softer, stars aligned. Dance through storms without a plan. Now I don't know just where I stand. I still wear your name in every line. Back when you were mine, your hoodie still hangs by the door, like you're walking like times before. But ghosts don't knock and hearts don't lie. I smile and wave while I break inside. They say you heal with passing days, but I still dream in your old ways. Back when you were mine, the world was softer, stars aligned. We danced through storms without a plan. Now I don't know just where I stand. I still wear your name in every line. Back when you were mine. When you were mine. the door, like you walk in like times before. But ghosts don't knock and hearts don't lie. I smile and wave while I break inside. They say you heal with passing days, but I still dream in your old ways. Back when you were mine, the world was softer, stars aligned. We danced through storms without a plan. Now I don't know just where I stand. I still wear your name in every line. Back when you were mine, I wish I said the things I meant before you faded like the scent of autumn leaves that never stay, just like the love we couldn't save. Back when you were mine, held my fears, your hand in mine. Now echoes live where you once lay, and I still miss you every day. I write your name in every rhyme. Back when you were mine. Like back when you were mine. I saw your name last night again. A stranger's post, a ghost, a friend. You looked the same but felt so far, like watching light from a burnt out star. I held my breath, scrolled past your face, as if my heart could just erase. I heard you loved me once, before the silence, before the months, before we ran out of our time. When your head still reached for mine, I never knew what pulled you away. But I heard you loved me once anyway. Your song still plays on local nights. It cuts through me like faded lights. I hum along and act alright, but I'm still lost in your goodbye. I never said what I should have said. The words stay quiet in my head. I heard you loved me once, before the silence, before the months, before we ran out of our time. When your hand still reached for mine, I never knew what pulled you away. But I heard you loved me once anyway. If I could ask just one small thing, did I make your heart ever sing? Was I the reason you once stayed, or just a chapter you mislaid? I heard you loved me once, like a whisper lost in the distance. Maybe it wasn't meant to last. A love like that still haunts the past. If all I get is what they say, then I'll believe you love me once someday. And if we meet again by chance, don't say a word, just let me dance. Song still plays on local nights. It cuts through me like faded lights. I heard you loved me once, before the silence, before the months, before we ran out of our time. When your head still reached for mine, I never knew what pulled you away. But I heard you loved me once anyway. If I could ask just one small thing, did I make your heart ever sing? You said the right things at the wrong time. a smile that never met your eyes. You held me close, but looked away. I should have known you wouldn't stay. I counted stars, but none were ours. Your silence louder than the stars. Only in the quiet do I hear the truth. The words you never said, the things you couldn't prove. You loved me in a shadow, kept your heart in disguise. And I kept hoping in the silence of your lies. Only in the quiet did I know I wasn't yours. You kissed like maybe I was home, but left me stranded and alone. Each memory was painted gold, but now it just feels tired and cold. You never begged, you never fought. I was the only one who got caught. Only in the quiet do I hear the truth. The words you never said, the things you couldn't prove. You loved me in a shadow, kept your heart in disguise. And I kept hoping in the silence of your lies. Only in the quiet did I know I wasn't yours. You were never here to say, but I loved you anyway. And now the stillness fills the room with everything we didn't do. Only in the quiet I found my voice. I stopped mistaking silence for a choice. You faded like a passing song, but I've been strong all along. Only in the quiet I finally closed the door. Now I don't need your sound anymore. Only in the quiet I'm sure. You held my hand like it was glass, afraid to break the love too fast. But even gentle cracks can grow, and now I see what I didn't know. You whispered dreams you never chased, left me loving in your place. I'm holding on to half of what we were. The laughter, the promises, every blurred word. You slipped away without a sound, left me in silence to drown. And now I'm haunted by your blur, just half of what we were. I still recall that faded June, when your goodbye filled up the room. You didn't cry, you didn't fight, just left me talking to the night. I gave you all, you gave me doubt. Love shouldn't have to figure out. I'm holding on to half of what we were. The coffee stains, your vintage shirt, the song that played when we first kissed, now echoes what I miss. I'm drowning in your quiet word, just half of what we were. Just half of what we were. Maybe love was never whole, maybe I played the only role, but I deserved a final line, not just a fading sign. I'm letting go of half of what we were. The broken dreams that tangled blur. I stitched the cracks, I found my ground. No longer lost, no longer bound. You were a ghost, I now prefer to be more than what we were. And if you ever look for me, you'll find the half you couldn't see. stood by the window, suitcase on the floor. You didn't ask me why, you didn't ask for more. One word away from walking out, but silence wrapped around my doubt. You looked like you had something to say, but let the moment slip away. I almost said goodbye, almost let the tears run dry. I had the key, I had the door, but I needed one reason more. You didn't beg, you didn't try. That's how I almost said goodbye. I drove around until the sky turned gray, still wondering if I should have stayed. The songs we loved came on too soon, and every lyric sounded like you. I parked and cried but no one called, like love just doesn't care at all. I almost said goodbye, almost let the tears run dry. I had the key, I had the door, but I needed one reason more. You didn't beg, you didn't try. That's how I almost said goodbye. I almost said goodbye. I drove around until the sky turned gray, still wondering if I should have stayed. The songs we loved came on too soon, and every lyric sounded like you. I parked and cried but no one called, like love just doesn't care at all. I almost said goodbye, almost let the fire die. I left the light on in my mind, hoping you'd come find the signs, but you just watched me slowly cry. That's how I almost said goodbye. Maybe leaving wasn't wrong, but staying quiet was too long. If love was real, I should've screamed. Instead it faded like a dream. I almost said goodbye, but now I've said it in my mind. You didn't hold, you didn't speak, and I grew stronger every week. I found myself beneath the light, in the space where I almost said goodbye. So here's to me, the one who stayed and healed in silence anyway. I used to trace your name in every song, like you were right and I was wrong. The pages tear and ink will dry, and so did every whispered lie. I gave you lines you never read, now I write for me instead. I wrote you out of me, like poems lost in the sea. Erase the nights I begged you stay, and all the words you wouldn't say. It hurt like hell, but now I'm free. I wrote you out of me. Your hoodie's gone, your drawer is clean. I took down what we used to mean. The silence now feels more like peace than begging love to never cease. Your memory's just a distant sound, no longer pulling my heart down. I wrote you out of me, with every tear that set me free. No more waiting by the phone, no more sleeping all alone. The final line is clarity. I wrote you out of me. You were a chapter, not my end, a broken rhyme I tried to mend, but I found power in goodbye, in every truth I used to deny. I wrote you out of me. You wrote you out of me. And if you ask what changed in me, I finally chose to set me free. drawers clean. I took down what we used to mean. The silence now feels more like peace than begging love to never cease. It hurt like hell, but now I'm free. I wrote you out of me. You 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 still call me when the night felt long. Now silence fills where we belonged. I kept your jacket by the door, still hoping you want me like before. I told myself it's just a phase, that love like ours will never fade. But I was left with the light on, waiting through every dawn. I whispered stay to an empty room, still wearing your faded perfume. You were gone long before you moved on, and I was left with the light on. I poured your coffee out at 2, like somehow that would summon you. Each time I swore I'd let you go, but goodbye comes soft and slow. I traced your name on window pane and let the rain wash out the pain. I was left with the light on, still pretending nothing's wrong. I danced alone where we once stood, believing heartbreak could feel good. But echoes don't make anyone strong when you're left with the light on. I stopped pretending you were near, and filled my home with someone dear to me. I turned off the light you left behind and lit a new one just for mine. No more shadows on my skin, no more hoping you walk in. You were a storm, but I've become the dawn, no longer left with the light on. If you ever come back someday, you'll see I'm okay. You stood there waiting in the rain, and I just watched you board that train. I had 1,000 words to say, but let the silence lead the way. I thought you'd always understand, but love still needs a steady hand. If I had said it then, would we still be more than friends? Would you still call me late at night, or hold me when the world felt tight? I never meant to lose what might have been, if I had said it then. I found your letter in my drawer, the one you wrote and left no more. I read the lines I never knew, they felt like I love you in blue. Now time has turned our story cold, but some regrets still feel too bold. If I had said it then, could we have fought and tried again? Would we have stayed and found a way to write a brand new yesterday? I wonder where, I wonder when, if I had said it then. grown. Maybe I'm better left alone, but in the quiet, late at night, I wish I'd whispered, hold me tight. If I had said it then, we could have been more than what if again. I let you go, I watched you fade. Now I'm the echo I never made. No second chance, no ink, no pen. Just if I had said it then. And if you ever wonder to, just know I always loved you. You leave without a sound, like twilight fading into ground. You didn't fight, you didn't cry, just whispered soft a last goodbye. And I stood still, too numb to breathe, the silence screaming underneath. Where the silence echoes, I still hear your name. Through the empty hallways, nothing feels the same. Every shadow dancing, shaped like memories. You're the voice I'm chasing in my broken dreams. I light a candle late at night, pretend you're there just out of sight. But all that's left is air and dust, a quiet world that once knew us. I reach for words I never said, they haunt me now inside my head. Where the silence echoes, I still hear your name. Through the empty hallways, nothing feels the same. Every shadow dancing, shaped like memories. You're the voice I'm chasing in my broken dreams. If I could turn the time, I'd hold you close, erase the moments I hurt you most. But now I write in tear-stained lines to keep you here between the rhymes. Where the silence echoes, I still hear your name. Through the lonely nightfall, I replay our flame. Every breath I'm holding breaks a little more, but I still love you like I did before. So I'll wait in echoes in the quiet glow, where love once lived and let you go. Your shadow used to follow me through every crack in memory. I whispered prayers in broken tones, but you were gone, I was alone. I begged the stars to bring you back, but silence filled the faded tracks. I learned to breathe without you, through the nights that cut in two. You were the storm, I was the flame, burning through our love in vain. But here I stand, the sky so blue. I learned to breathe without you. Your name still lingers in the breeze, like echoes lost in falling leaves. But I no longer chase your face, I filled the void with softer grace. The tears I cried have built my wings, and I no longer fear the sting. I learned to breathe without you, through the ache I never knew. You held my heart, then let it break, but I survived that slow heartbreak. Now every breath feels pure and true. I learned to breathe without you. above. Now I shine without your name. No more sorrow, no more blame. I learned to breathe without you. Though it hurt to start anew, I'm stronger now, and this is real. A woman who has learned to heal. So if you ask me what is true, I learned to breathe without you. I'm still breathing without you. I'm still breathing without you. I still leave the light on, just in case you come home. The way you used to smile feels like a dream I've known. Your shadow lives in corners, your laugh haunts the air. I try to move on, but you're still everywhere. The songs we danced to play, soft on repeat, but every chord just knocks me off my feet. I wear your old sweater when the nights feel too loud, still hoping you're walking, lost in the crowd. If I could hold you now, just once more tonight, I'd freeze this moment in the hush of moonlight. Say all the words I choked back in fear, tell you I love you with nothing unclear. If I could hold you now, I'd never let you go. The photos are fading, but I can't take them down. They're all I have when silence comes around. Friends say I should heal, but they don't understand. You weren't just love, you were my whole plan. If I could hold you now, before it's too late, undo the echoes, rewrite our fate. Kiss you like every breath was goodbye, but this time I'd fight. I wouldn't just cry if I could hold you now. I'd never let you go. But here in the stillness, I whisper your name, loving you quietly through sorrow and flame. If I could hold you now, I'd speak with no shame. I'd shatter the silence, burn through the blade. Even if you'd still choose to walk away, I'd give you my all for just one more day. If I could hold you now, I'd never let you go. I'd never let you go. I stood by your door in the pouring rain, hoping love could still explain. The silence felt like thunder's cry, no goodbye, no reasons why. I traced our past on window panes, each drop a ghost that still remains. If I could turn that rain to sun, undo the hurt, the things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine. The tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back the rain, you letters sleep in my drawer. Still I read them wanting more. Your name is inked upon my skin, but I can't feel you from within. Ooh. I walk through dreams we used to share, but find no trace of you there. If I could turn back rain to sun, undo the hurt, the things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine, but tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back rain, ooh, I'd fight the storms, I'd break the skies to meet you where the sorrow lies. If I could turn back rain to light, you alone make them right. You never walk alone again. We dance beneath the sky unchained, but dreams don't bloom in pain. If I could turn back rain, if I could turn back rain to sun, back rain. If I could turn back rain to sun, undo the hurt, the things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine, but tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back rain, if I could just turn back rain. Too soon or too late, cross paths on a road shaped by fate. I watched you smile with someone else, while I kept my love on a distant shelf.
These broken glances, afraid to try, hearts full of questions, never asked why. In another life, maybe we'd start, instead of drifting two worlds apart.
If time was kind, we'd still be near. Oh, I'd hold you close, erase the fear. No lonely nights, no silent cries, just you and me beneath the skies. But time, it wasn't on our side, and love just slipped between the tide. I picture your hand still touching mine, in a place where stars and hearts align. But wishes fall and stories end, and what if stays my oldest friend. Maybe love's not always fair, but I still feel you in the air. A memory I cannot rewind of us. If time had been more kind, if time was kind, you'd still be here. Oh, we danced through decades without fear. Oh, no missed hellos, no long goodbyes, just endless love and open skies. But all I have are dreams confined to what if time was kind. to what if time was kind. You said the stars would guide our way, but all I see are clouds today. You built a dream and let me fall, then walked away without a call. You promised love that wouldn't fade, but left me in the mess you made. I searched for signs, I begged for truth, but silence is the proof of you. And maybe I was blind to see that always wasn't meant for me. If you meant forever, why did you leave me in the dark? If we were together, why did I fall apart? You said our love was carved in stone, but now I face the night alone. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? I wore your words like second skin, believed in us, believed you in. And now your echo fades away like dusk at the end of day. And maybe hearts just change with time, but mine still beats like it was mine. If you meant forever, why did you leave me in the dark? If we were together, why did I fall apart? You swore that we could rise above, but I was the only one in love. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? Forever should have held me tight, now vanished in the morning light. You took the vows, you said the lies, but left me chasing broken signs. If you meant forever, why am I walking all alone? If we were together, why does it cut me to the bone? I gave you all, you gave me doubt. Now I'm the one who's finding out that you forever was just a word, a promise I no longer heard. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? You meant forever, why does it feel like never? You said it felt like it wouldn't break my soul, but silence after promises can echo louder than you know. You walked away with no regret, but I'm the one who won't forget. Now I'm left in the silence where your heartbeat used to stay. But I will often feel the quiet. Now there's nothing left to say. I still reach out in the night, but your shadow fades from sight, and I'm left in the silence. Your coffee cup still sits there like it's waiting for your hand, but the morning feels much colder since you stopped making plans. The truth is heavier than goodbye, and I still don't know why. Now I'm left in the silence where your heartbeat used to stay. But I will have to feel the quiet. Now there's nothing left to say. I still reach out in the night, but your shadow fades from sight, and I'm left in the silence. Your coffee cup still sits there like it's waiting for your hand, but the morning feels much colder since you stopped making plans. The truth is heavier than goodbye, and I still don't know why. And I'm left in silence. Maybe love was never meant to last beyond the end, but I would have held on tighter if you said we'd break again. So I'm left in the silence, like a song without a line, like a clock without a ticket, like a heart without a sign. You left too soon, too fast, but your silence will always last. I'm still here in the quiet, where love became a ghost, and I'm left in the silence. I packed my bags, but not my pain. Left your keys out in the rain. You stood in silence, didn't speak. Your love was always paper thin and weak. I tried to hold but wouldn't stay. Loved you more with each delay. I left my heart at the door, couldn't carry it anymore. You never knew what it was for. You just watched me hit the floor. Now I'm walking without war, but I left my heart at the door. You called it love, I called it loss. Buried myself beneath the cost. You never asked if I was fine, only loved the parts that shine. I smiled through the quiet screams, dying slowly in your dreams. I left my heart at the door. It was bruised and growing sore. You never stayed to fight the storm, just drifted off to something more. Now I'm done keeping the score, so I left my heart at the door. It's not goodbye, it's letting go of someone who never know. The love that bloomed behind closed eyes, the girl you left, the endless tries. I left my heart at the door, but not my soul, not anymore. I'm walking out, I'm not your chore. I found myself worth fighting for. No regrets, no need to restore, 'cause I left my heart at the door, and I won't be back anymore. I wrote your name on tear-stained pages and corners of unwritten stages. The words came out, but not to you, just secrets that the paper knew. I folded hope inside each line and told myself you'd meet them in time. These are letters I'll never send to a love that came and went. Each word a wish, each line a bend, in a road that has no end. I still write though you won't see what your silence left in me.
is dry, but I'm still aching from all the dreams that we were faking. I keep pretending you might care, though I know you're never there. I sealed each envelope with grace, then watched them vanish into space. These are letters I'll never send to a love that came and went. Each word a wish, each line a bend, in a road that has no end. I still write though you won't see what your silence left in me. If love is lost and time won't mend, I'll keep these letters I'll never send.
I waited in the silence of a stormy sky, hoping you would come, wipe the tears I hide. Every echo of your name still haunts the air, but I reach for love, even when you're not there. You were the light in my darkest night, the voice I followed, holding tight. Even when the world turns cold and gray, our love like rainfall never fades away. All the memories drip from the sky like tears, but I hold them close through the passing years. Even if forever's not our fate, I'll keep loving you, come what may. You were the light in my darkest night, the voice I followed, holding tight. Even when the world turns cold and gray, our love like rainfall never fades away. Oh, it's not goodbye, it's just a pause in time. The love still lingers like a tender rhyme, and when I close my eyes to pray, I feel you near like yesterday. You were the light in my darkest night, the voice I followed, holding tight. Even when the world turns cold and gray, our love like rainfall never fades away. Oh, and if love returns with the morning light, I'll be here, arms open wide. 'Cause loving you through joy or pain is like rainfall, soft and never in vain. It's not goodbye, it's just a pause in time. Your love still lingers like a tender rhyme, and when I close my eyes to pray, I feel you near like yesterday.
stood in silence at the door. You left without a final war. No shattered glass, no last goodbye, just empty echoes in the sky. I memorized the way you breathed, but never saw the day you'd leave. Now I'm rehearsing words too late to someone who won't hesitate. And I wrote a million lines, but none could travel back in time. This is the goodbye I never said, the tear that never left my bed, the voice I silenced just for peace, the pain I wrapped in sweet release. You're gone and I'm still here instead, with the goodbye I never said. I lit a candle every year for love that never reappeared, but ashes don't return as flame, and ghosts don't answer when you name. So I let your shadow fade from every plan I ever made. This is the goodbye I never said, the dreams I buried in my head, the touch I missed but won't regret, the heart you broke I won't forget. I breathe, I stand, I rise instead, with the goodbye I never said. With the goodbye I never said. Maybe love's not meant to stay if it teaches us to walk away. I'm stronger now, I feel the shift. Even silence can be a gift. So here's the goodbye I never said. I never said. I whisper it with grace instead. Grace instead. You were a storm I couldn't keep, but now I sing myself to sleep. And with each dawn I move ahead, with the goodbye I never said.